I beg to move that the bill entitled National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the second time.
Seconded. Honorable Lanyo, Nekesa, Silwanyi, Noah, Gerald, Emmanuel, by the majority on this side.
Coffee Development Authority has been an agency under
Honorable
the
members,
under
Solomon, can you move away from there? Yes. Why are you disturbing Helen?
UCDA has been an agency under Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries responsible for regulating the coffee sector. In the spirit of rationalization, Right Honorable Speaker and members, we want to rationalize the agency to create efficiency and also to, in line with the shift of government policy of operating efficiently without compromising the functions of regulation and the capacity of human resource. I beg to move.
Thank you.
1 to 9, Clause 1 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. The bill aims at dissolving the Uganda Coffee Development Authority and mainstreaming the functions of the authority into the ministry responsible for agriculture, and dissolving the UCDA and its secretariat established by the Act. The committee scrutinized the bill in accordance with the rules of procedure, and I now beg to report. Colleagues, we all know the background of rationalization, but I would like to give the background of UCDA. The National Coffee Act, Cap 38, mandates the UCDA to regulate both on-farm and on-farm activities in the coffee value chain. We all know the objects and justification of the bill. It's okay. It raises the following fundamental issues which the committee interrogated. 1, whether they are mandated to meet the European Union deadline will lead to loss of market for 65% of the country's coffee exports. The committee concluded that there is no duplication of UCDA mandate with MAIF or any other government agency. The committee observed that the coffee sector is an important export earner that should be independently regulated to meet the demands of the export market. The civil service mode of operation and service delivery cannot efficiently undertake and deliver this mandate. This is important to note that UCDA has increased the production volume of coffee from 3.5 million 60 kilogram bags in 2014-15 to 8.06 million 60 bags currently, with a medium-term target of 20 million bags by 2029-30. Quality assessment is a highly specialized technical field that is evaluated in 2 ways: a physical evaluation of the green and roasted coffee, and a sensory evaluation of the roasted beverage, which has been a core function of UCDA that has led to compliance by coffee producers and dealers with established standards. As a result of improved quality control, Uganda coffee has been ranked 3rd in the world after Kenya and Ethiopia. Other milestones registered by UCDA include designation as a Center of Robusta of Excellence by the Coffee Quality Institute, in addition to certification and accreditation of the UCDA Coffee Laboratory in Logogo by CQI. In line with Section 38 of the National Coffee Act, the UCDA determines and regulates the types and varieties of coffee to be grown in different regions. This is informed by research conducted by National Coffee Research Institute, NACORI, with funding from cess collected by UCDA. This funding has greatly contributed to the coffee research and development agenda. Notably, the breeding of 10 coffee wilt disease-resistant varieties, which are also high-yielding, and the construction of the biotechnology laboratory at Logogo. UCDA also provides timely market information to stakeholders and monitor coffee prices on a daily basis, including price changes on the London and New York commodity exchanges, and translate these prices into equivalent local prices on a daily basis. Committee observation. Coffee requires swiftness and high level of efficiency, which is best provided under the agency model. Despite the commendable achievement by UCDA, the task ahead is enormous and requires empowering and supporting the successor agency to sustain, consolidate, and build on UCDA achievement. Mainstreaming UCDA into MAIF immediately risks compromising quality and research efforts and may lead to information asymmetry. It would also jeopardize critical functions, leading to adverse effect on Uganda coffee export and competitiveness. The committee notes that countries like Kenya and Ethiopia, which attempted immediate rationalization from the agency model to the ministry, suffered setbacks resulting into reduced coffee production for export. The committee recommends that UCDA be rationalized subject to a three-year transition period to enable MAIF build capacity to execute the mandate that
Honorable
is under UCDA.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. The Shadow Minister of Agriculture, together with a number of members on this committee, and that is Honorable John Paul Mpalanyi, Honorable Santa Okot, Honorable Stella Isodo, Honorable Kabugo Florence, Market Risk Assurance.
Honorable members, listen.
Right Honorable Speaker, we do still note that mainstreaming this very critical and specialized agency, the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, into the parent ministry will compromise and affect the delivery of the technical and regulatory functions this agency has been undertaking since its inception by an Act of Parliament in 1991. Right Honorable Speaker and members, the main objective of this bill is to ensure that UCDA is no more, is abolished. And Right Honorable Speaker and members, the moment that the majority of this House
UCDA is not going to be abolished, but is going to be absorbed in the ministry. I don't want us to misinform people out and play to the gallery.
Right Honorable Speaker, the bill.
Now, what are you shouting about? What are you shouting about?
Right Honorable Speaker, with your wise guidance,
let's use the right words, not playing to the gallery.
The main objective of this bill is is to dissolve UCDA into the mother ministry. Right Honorable Speaker, in scrutinizing the bill, the minority views were guided by the following questions as per the objective of rationalization.
And I don't want you to imagine that
one of the main objective of rationalizing UCDA into the mother ministry was whether the funding of the UCDA is a wasteful expenditure or it causes financial drain to the economy. Right Honorable Speaker, 100% not at all. The funding of UCDA is not a wasteful expenditure. Instead, it greatly outperformed according to its mandate which was given to it by that Act of Parliament. Right Honourable Speaker, the minority noted that UCDA is a net save as it contributes heavily to the consolidated fund. And Right Honourable Speaker, we note that in financial year 2023-2024, UCDA brought in Uganda shillings 82.25 billion in form of net R to the consolidated fund. Yet its budget was only 44.76 billion Uganda shillings. UCDA is therefore a net saver. Right Honourable Speaker, this sector employs 12.5 million Ugandans. Right Honourable Speaker and members, the coffee subsector contributed 55.5 to the total agricultural export in the financial year 2023-2024. But it also has so far remitted 44.81 billion to the consolidated fund against the annual target of 83.61 billion, reflecting 54% performance. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, UCD has increased the production of volumes of coffee from 4.03 million 60 bags in financial year 2015-2016
Yes,
to 8.
procedure.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Exams. How you said right talks differently and conclude on the other U-turn. The Speaker, isn't it procedure right for us that the pre-current member who is submitting a minority report gives us the point of departure, which is the conclusion, because the rest of the things are actually the same, and we agree.
Resolving UCDA risks failing the very critical target of achieving the said roadmap. Therefore, UCDA does not drain the Treasury and instead it strongly supports it. Right Honourable Speaker, because of Uganda Coffee Development Authority's efforts, Uganda coffee subsector has been rated number 2nd in Africa and 7th in the whole world. Right Honourable Speaker, the other issue was whether the mandate overlaps the Ministry of Agriculture's mandate. Right Honourable Speaker, the mandate of the two entities totally do not overlap at all. The Right Honourable Speaker, the Minister of Agriculture's mandate is to formulate, review, implement national policies, plan, strategies, regulations, standards, and enforce laws, regulations, and standards along the value chain crops, livestock, and fisheries, while the mandate of UCDA is an autonomous, self-sustaining entity mandated to promote and oversee the coffee value chain by supporting research, promoting production, controlling the quality, and improving the marketing of coffee in order to optimize foreign exchange earnings for the country and payments to the farmers. UCDA's regulatory role, which includes certification of nurseries, inspection and licensing of processors, traders, stores, factories, grading facilities, roasters, and exporters, is still very crucial in maintaining the coffee quality at all levels of the value chain. And as per this role is concerned, Right Honourable Speaker, it's very crucial to note that it is a very crucial role that no any other agency of government, not even the Ministry of Agriculture, has ever performed. Right Honourable Speaker, on the question of whether UCDA, Uganda Coffee Development Authority, has served the purpose for which it was established, yes, 100%. UCDA has performed its mandate effectively and efficiently. Right Honourable Speaker, UCDA has even outperformed, according to the other figures that I've been reading to you, in the whether it drains the Speaker, UCDA's regulatory role, which includes, Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues. The minority report noted that Uganda Coffee Development Authority employs a total number of 159 staff, all on contract basis, and out of this approved structure of 263 staff, with majority of these staff still having more than 3 years remaining on their contracts. Right Honourable Speaker, the certificate of financial implication indicates that 47 staff, that is 29.6%, will be laid off as a result of the amendment at Uganda shillings 3.4 billion cost in terminal benefits. The revised structure by the Ministry of Public Service provides for only 75 staff, leaving 35 staff from Uganda Coffee Development Authority not to be laid off and yet not observed anywhere. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, what will happen if the Right Honourable Speaker, what will be the fate of those staffs after the 3 years, as is in the bill? Right Honourable Speaker, Uganda Coffee Development Authority was allocated 67.99 billion in financial year 2024-2025, and this budget was 44.76 billion in financial year 2023-2024. However, the certificate of financial implication indicates that the net saving as a result of rationalization will amount to Uganda shillings 82.19 billion in financial year 2024-2025. Right Honourable Speaker, then to UGX 85.59 billion in 2025-2026. Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, this means that the projected savings are even more than the approved budget. Right Honourable Speaker, this can't be, thus renders the certificate of financial implication inaccurate and thereafter should be withdrawn and the proper financial implication laid before this Honourable House. Right Honourable Speaker, the certificate of
Madam Speaker, my procedural issue is
filed to the Ministry will continue drawing wages and operation non-wages, which the certificate of financial implication does not put into account. It only considers the terminal benefits for the laid-off staff. Right Honourable Speaker, risks if Uganda Coffee Development Authority is rationalized. Right Honourable Speaker, if Uganda Coffee Development Authority, an internationally accredited by the US-based Coffee Quality Institute and was awarded an ISO 17025 certification and Kenya's certification after a thorough analysis of the systems at the UCDA. It is also designated as a center of robust excellence, which coordinates standards, training, grading, and quality improvement in collaboration with the Coffee Quality Institute of the USA. That is the regulatory risk that I'm talking about. Right Honourable Speaker, mainstreaming UCDA will automatically nullify the recognition of UCDA of Uganda as an international center of robust excellence. This will pose a risk to the implementation of protocols with diverse effects on the coffee subsector, such a loss of markets that employs 12.5 million households. And Right Honourable Speaker, certification and accreditation requires a very rigorous process of building systems, personnel, and continuous inspections by the accrediting bodies. And because the markets have become more selective with the introduction of the requirement of traceability, UCDA is a recognized body that can only implement this commitment. Right Honourable Speaker, we should also keep in mind that in all successful coffee producing countries, coffee is regulated under a specialized agency. The agency model has proven to be efficient in coffee producing giants like Brazil, Vietnam, and Colombia, among others. And, Right Honourable Speaker, I'm almost concluding, the Tea Authority, among others, when the Coffee Marketing Board was terminated in favour of Uganda Coffee, I'm finalizing, in favour of the Coffee Development Authority, and finally to Coffee Act of 2021. All these processes, government invested in huge sums of monies, and those who are there can attest that UCDA's achievements is a million reasons why we also reject rationalization of this entity. Right Honourable Speaker and members, why the rush? Why the rush, Honourable Speaker and colleagues? Why take back a very critical and uniquely expertised outperforming baby back to the mother ministry that is in intensive care unit?
Oversight over this ministry. So you left it to be under ICU. No, we need to be, honorable members, we need to be calculative in the words that we use. Huh?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for your wise guidance that, Right Honourable Speaker, the Minority Report thereafter notes that the justification for rationalizing Uganda Coffee Development Authority is not reasonable, and the 12.5 million Ugandans earning a livelihood in coffee demand that the bill entitled the Uganda Coffee Development Authority Amendment Bill 2024 should not be passed. It should be rejected by this Honourable House. And therefore, Right Honourable Speaker, the Minority Report strongly rejects personalization of Uganda Coffee Development Authority into the Mother Ministry. Honourable Speaker and colleagues, I beg to report.
Thank you. Thank you, Honourable Abedi.
Right Honourable Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity, and I want to remind the honourable members in the House. There is also a requirement of corporate sustainability and due diligence directives. The traceability system, which is a regulatory tool, is supposed to register all participants in the coffee value chain, and it is UCDA that is mandated with that role. We observe that the current UCDA, that currently it is UCDA that is best positioned in terms of professional knowledge, human resource, systems, and accreditations to handle the mandate of quality assurance. And I want to ask the honourable members to underline the word accreditations. And all regulation requirements necessary for coffee value chain and international trade. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me to elaborate on the accreditation. It takes fire best practices in all countries. My colleagues have already mentioned them. All top countries which export coffee, none of them do so by regulating quality through the main ministry. They use agencies. Recommendations. We recommend that rationalization of UCDA, if done, it should be with a transition period of 5 years to allow Right Honourable, I must be protected.
Honourable members.
As a parliament, when a member is talking and we are interfering with the member on the floor.
Honourable members.
There should be a transition for 5 years. And my justification is that we need...
Barada, you're not shouting at your co-wife.
Right Honourable Speaker, we need a period of 5 to 10 years to establish the systems and structures that will lead us to get accreditation.
Procedure.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we are discussing the bill, either to rationalize or not. we are not in those nitty-gritties of the advantages of the other side. So we need to know from Honorable Abed whether he's here to tell us to rationalize or not to rationalize, other than diverting us and taking us off the major topic. So,
Right Honorable Speaker, I represent the people of Masaka. We are a coffee growing area. I want to request the members of Parliament that when a Honorable Member of Parliament is presenting, we should be calm, we should allow to listen.
Government Chief Whip, honorable members, one, you don't rationalize. And when you don't rationalize, you don't go into second reading. That's number one. Number two is that you rationalize and go and give it 3 years transition period. And in the 3 years, the minister will be required to bring a statutory instrument after the 3 years. That is the second scenario. The third scenario is a transition period of 5 years. Okay? Are we together? That is, that's where we are. I will, Honorable Boa. Honorable Boa, Medi.
Right Honorable Speaker, from the explanatory memorandum presented for the 14 rationalization bills, the rationalization bills are policy decisions of government, implying under Rule 25 of the Rules of Procedure of this House, they constitute priority of government. Now, therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, with that justification, I beg to move that Rule 204, Sub-Rule 5, I beg to move.
Honorable members.
Sit.
Honorable members.
Sit. Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable member.
Hold on.
We are suspending to allow debate. We are going to allow debate. Allow debate. Honorable members, allow him to finish. Stop pointing at him like that. Move the motion.
Right. Rule 204.
And honorable members. Honorable members.
I will sit, but I will come.
Let's have respect for each other. We are saying we want the rules to be suspended to allow you to debate. 204. Please come and see. Come and see.
No, I'm holding the floor. I am on the floor.
Suspend the rule.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Suspend the rule, then we are.
Right Honourable Speaker.
There's a procedure. There's a procedure.
Right Honourable Speaker.
There's a procedure.
These rules. And I'm afraid where we are heading. When the Honourable Semoju raised on a matter of procedure, Madam, you guided that the Honourable Hamson Obua is also on procedure. Quite skillfully, ingeniously, but also dishonestly, the Honourable Obua did not move on the procedure, but went on motion. Secondly, Right Honourable Speaker, why I'm even more afraid,
okay, what is the procedure matter?
When you guided that we are going to amend the rules, I got scared. To suspend the rules.
To allow debate.
Yes. I do not know how you knew that the Honourable Bua was moving to suspend. Is it not procedurally right? Is it not procedurally right that you first take the procedural question raised by a member?
You raise a procedural question.
Is it not procedurally right that you allow the member first to move
you
a
raise
procedural
a
issue?
procedural question.
I'm not moving a second procedural issue apart from the one I've moved.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, whether you shout, I'm not a social scientist.
Madam Speaker, I have taken.
Honorable members, can you listen to the procedural matter?
Madam Speaker, I have taken oath as an MP here at least 3 times. Each time taking 2 oaths. The first, the oath of Parliament. The procedure issue I am raising, Madam Speaker, relates to the rules did not order in vain that when a member is speaking, you listen. They didn't order in vain. So I am waiting for members to keep quiet. I have on 3 occasions taken oath here, one of them being the oath of Parliament, and I think every MP has. We just differ in numbers. That oath assigns me a responsibility to protect the institution of Parliament, because without it I am not there. Madam Speaker, the reports have been read. We took a decision here as an institution of Parliament and said, coffee, no. Wait, you former wealth creation staff. We took a decision here. We took a decision, Madam Speaker. I am waiting for silence to submit. The oath that I took, especially the one of Parliament, and I want you to rule and address this matter, Madam Speaker. This Parliament passed a budget here. Just by a dot, by Mr. Museveni, you came here and changed it. You said, Coffee Development Authority must not go, and you took a decision here. I now sympathize with people who will be reading the Hansard of Parliament. They are going to ask simple questions. Was this the same Parliament? Which kind of Parliament is this one? That you take a decision today and tomorrow you come and fall on each other. So the question I am asking, Madam Speaker,
the procedural issue. The procedural issue I am raising, not only for your interpretation, but also for protection I am asking you to address.
You ladies, why are you fighting for Balaam?
Madam Speaker, we have our men this side.
And for the integrity of this parliament, I have listened to all the reports. None of the report is speaking about the fact that a decision was made on this matter. We now congregate here to rescind our own decision, the way we did with the budget. I am asking you, Madam Speaker, whether the MPs, one by one, not collectively, but one by one, who took one oath of parliament that they will respect this institution.
What is the procedural matter?
I was laying the preamble. Whether, Madam Speaker, we don't need to first address what is now growing as a habit, that this parliament can take a decision, they arm twist it, we come running and change it. That's the procedural issue I am raising, whether this parliament can continue doing what it is doing, that you take a decision, when you are shouted at, you come running and overrun your own decision.
Nobody has been shouted at. We have taken, the bills are returned and we pass them again. And if this decision was made and it was returned and said we need this bill to be passed, why are we fearing to pass it? It is in our rules. Yes.
Semuju is questioning this parliament that a few months ago, this parliament moved a motion that UCDA shouldn't be rationalized and that it should stay. The same parliament today made a decision that NFA, which had been saved by this parliament, today, the same parliament said that NFA goes. Does Honorable Semuju have the moral authority to say that this parliament just changes when he himself has just changed from FDC to a new party which cannot have even 5 members?
Whom are you ordering now, Haji?
Right Honorable Speaker, for clarity and emphasis,
let Honorable Semuju.
But we cannot proceed without amending, without moving that this rule should be suspended, and nobody listened to me.
And we are suspending the rule.
This house, Madam Speaker, we don't need to do double standards here.
This is a bill. A bill is tabled to Parliament, it is referred to the committee, it is debated and passed, and is sent to the President. And the President can agree or disagree with certain provisions. And the bill can be returned. And the President has just returned the bill with that comment that there are certain provisions that is not compatible with. And that is what Parliament is discussing. I think this is very clear.
Regarding the issue he raised about the session of Parliament, the Constitution of Uganda, the Constitution of Republic of Uganda, Article 97.
About the session. Session is after
yes,
1 year.
Article 95.
Clause 4, a session of Parliament shall be held at least once a year, but the period between one session and the next session, the following session, shall be less than 12 months.
Yes, Ayo.
The first bill was presented to this House. We processed it. In some of the bills, we supported government position. In some of them, we rejected as Parliament. It went to President. He declined to assent to it. And that died there. So, government, first listen. Right Honorable Speaker, government again reintroduced the bill that was gazetted in another number, and it becomes completely...
Diana, come back.
So
Diana, come back.
When the bill was reintroduced...
Honorable members, I want members in the House.
The bill was regazetted with a different number, and it comes back to the House as a new bill. So to say the old bill is the same going by that rule, Right Honorable Speaker, that would be wrong. It's a total new bill that we are processing, and I think we will proceed and process the bill like we have done in other bill. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. But that's the reality. The other bill collapsed.
Specific question. I'm not talking about the bill. The question before and for determination of the Speaker is the issue of rationalizing the entity was a question that this House had come to a conclusion.
There's a procedural issue
a majority report and 2 minority reports. This House here is ready to debate the reports. Is ready to debate the reports. That opportunity is not being accorded because in your guidance, there is supposed to be suspension of rules. As we speak now, it seems we are now delving into the debate. Right, Honorable Speaker, wouldn't it be properly right to guide us on the way forward in as far as the debate of these reports is concerned?
Honorable members, I have said let Honorable Government Chief Whip move a motion to allow us debate.
For clarity, Rule 204, Sub-Rule 5A and B reads as follows. The report of a committee on a bill shall be uploaded on the Parliamentary Information System for the information of members before it is laid on table. And B, and more importantly, only be debated after the expiry of at least 3 days from the day it was laid on table by the chairperson or the deputy chairperson or a member nominated by the committee or by the Speaker. It is upon this spirit that I stated that the justification for moving this motion falls under Rule 25 on the order of business in this House, where priorities are granted to businesses of government, rationalization bills being one of them. I therefore move that Rule 204, Sub-Rule 5B, be suspended to allow debate on the reports, both majority and minority, on this bill. I beg to move.
Is the rule seconded? Is the motion seconded? Seconded by Omara, by Rita, Lanyo, by the whole side.
Youth Authority. There is an international authority called Justice Crab, who wrote extensively on legal writing and legislative drafting. Once a semicolon is used and the word "and" before you go to B. And it means that the point in B is only in addition to satisfaction of A. And this is what B says. After it has been laid on the table by the chairperson, the chair laid the report today, or the deputy chairperson or a member nominated. Madam Speaker, our role here is to help you adjudicate on matters before us.
Report. We've not even started debating on this report. But if you want me to debate, I'll do it.
Right Honorable Speaker, I am not talking, you see, debate in this House is defined.
Honorable members, we want the report to be debated upon. All you're doing is to block the report from being debated.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Let the report be debated upon. A motion has been moved.
I actually have no powers to block debate here. You know that. And there are days I've objected to certain things and members, and you have decided otherwise. And it has taken the day. All I am doing is to bring to your attention, as the presiding officer of this House, that when a matter has come, and the rules has expressly stated it, you as the Right Honorable Speaker, you have no powers to throw away the rules and bring in something else. If you want to do that, then every day you need to come and give us a guideline.
So where have we thrown the rules?
The rule says you cannot proceed on the debate unless 3 days after tabling has been, and it cannot be suspended. It cannot be suspended. That's my submission.
Can I ask Honorable
Madam Speaker, if you are reading the rule, and what I'm saying is, you don't read it in isolation. So the fact that there is a provision for suspension of the rules of procedure, it doesn't mean that all the rules are actually available to be suspended. That's the point I'm raising. And I am saying, after 3 days, it doesn't take anything for us. It actually saves the legal challenges that may come over this matter. But if it pleases, like it has always been, that it is easy to violate rules and laws which has put us in this office, then we shall proceed. It is not a personal matter. I'm just raising it so that we do things the right way, correctly, as a National Assembly of this House.
Honorable members, the bill was laid on table yesterday. Yes. It was uploaded in the morning. The report was laid on table yesterday. No. Just a minute. If you feel comfortable that the debate should be after 3 days, it doesn't cost much. We shall start with the first thing tomorrow. Don't bring your 14-day notice. That one, don't even forget. Why are courts there? Go. Huh? Yes, there is a procedural matter there.
When you look at Rule 16, suspension of rules, a member may, with the consent of the Speaker, move that a rule be suspended in its application to a particular motion before the House. And if the motion is carried, the rule in question shall be suspended. When you go to 2, this rule shall not apply in respect to Rule 6, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 1, 16, and 98. All other rules don't apply, can be suspended. Thank you.
And you seek to guide the House, and you rely on a rule. And you are stating that it is Rule 16 that provides for suspension of the rules. You are relying on the rules, and the rules is extensive. Do you think it makes sense for me to stand here and say I've suspended Rule 16 so that there is no suspension? That's what you are saying. So the rules are not read in isolation. And Madam Speaker, we are going in the right direction. The 3 days is contingent and it doesn't hurt anything. I think it's the correct spirit and everything.
Honorable.
Right Honourable Speaker, in the interest of harmony, but while compliant with Rule 16 read by Honourable Kotogong that indicates which rules are entrenched and those not entrenched, I now beg to move another motion that Rule 204, Sub-Rule 5 and 6 entirely be suspended to allow debate on the report of this bill.
Procedure.
Is it seconded? The ayes have it. The debate is open. The debate is Sereko.
Madam Honourable Speaker, you had wanted to know the 40 members. I can mention
Honourable members.
one by one by name.
Honourable members, listen. Honourable members, I want us to, one thing I can assure you, I am not going to put a question on second reading. That's one thing I can assure you. That is one thing I'm going to assure you, but I am telling you, let's exhaust a debate on this report.
Right, Honourable Speaker.
Maybe the person I can give my assurance is him. Let's have a debate, then we come back and conclude the thing tomorrow.
Right, Honourable Speaker. Right, Honourable Speaker.
Honourable members. Honourable members. Honourable members. Does it cost you anything to sit down? Honourable members, first tell your people to sit before I allow you to talk. No, let them sit. Honourable members, honourable members, I hope by tomorrow when some of you come, you will not be allowed in. I am saying, let's agree. Let your members sit.
Right, Honourable Speaker, just to give you assurance, these men up because they are defying you. That's number one. We are standing up in pursuit of the rules, which provide for a modus operandi on how a decision or a ruling of the Speaker can be challenged. So it is not indiscipline for members to stand.
The members that will have the second reading tomorrow, first thing in the morning.
Actually, that's not the biggest, that's not the issue, right, Honourable Speaker.
Olanya, present your report. Olanya, present your report. Honorable Mr. Kema.
General for the financial year 2022-2023 on 37 district local governments, 3 cities, 6 divisions, and 10 municipal councils.
Honorable,
I have a procedural issue. I mean, no longer I've been standing.
you sit back and you bring your procedural issue there. Honorable Lanya.
Your Right Honourable Speaker.
And one thing I want to remind you, whether you go to heaven, morning tomorrow, 10, coffee will be here.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I am going to read the executive summary. The report is quite big. Because of time, I will deal majorly with the executive summary. On public accounts, on audited reports, on 17 district local government, 3 cities, 6 divisions, and 10 municipal council for the financial year ended June 2063, Clause 5A of the Constitution, and Rule 182, Clause 5 of our Rules of Procedure, the Committee on Public Accounts, Local Government, considered the report of Auditor General for the financial year 2022-2023 and wishes to report its finding to this House. Right Honourable Speaker, in the report, which will be categorized.
Okuva ewa Museveni alime Mwanyi. Bwaba alime Mwanyi fe tumugamba. Kubanga fe we tujja wano, the Right Honourable Speaker atugamba. This parliament is parliament of the people. We represent the people. Ne views zaffe era ziva mu bantu abo. Kakati twewuunyanya abantu ate okuva ku bantu bye baatugamba nti ekitongole kya UCDM kirekeewo kubanga tuwadde ensonga.
Of government is not to take away the function of any other agency. All these agencies that have been rationalized, the intention of government is not to take away the function. The function will stay. The core subject matter specialist staff will stay. We are reducing excess to make sure that we operate efficiently. The law will change. The power to regulate, the power to execute the mandate resides in the law. And the law can empower any department to do what these agencies are doing. So there is no fuss about it. There is no contaminated agenda. The government wants to bring efficiency in the system. Those who are concerned about staff salaries, yes, it's true. These agencies, the staff have been paid very handsome rates. We shall not terminate their contract arbitrary contracts. But when their contract expire, they will be aligned to government public service salary structures. You must be aware, for instance, in the case of Minister of Agriculture, that all scientists were enhanced. Agricultural officers, veterinary officers were enhanced. So they will be paid like any other. The resistance is about to different levels of remuneration. You just empower, you already got alliances. It's like you are giving a trading alliances to company X. Tomorrow morning you say the company Y has succeeded the functions of company X. It's very simple. It's the same government. Whatever they have been doing, we have been empowering them. Whatever budgets they have, it's the government which gives them the money. But we are saying now, they shed off unnecessary expenditure. For example, procurement. Every entity has got a procurement agents, and every procurement unit is not very busy every day. So one procurement agent can procure for all, depending on different times of demands. We have ICU at ebabadde batambuza etya. Mama obwa kuyonsa nga ali mu intensive care unit abeera mama we mulungi. Watukira okukolera nga ali mu intensive care n'okola ebirungi ng'ebyo abeera mulwadde. oba tumalako bati tumalako njagala abantu bakitegeere nti president alina obuyinza fe bamemba ba parliament batukubira akalulu mu constituency president bamukumira eggwanga yonna bw'asala okukola police shift simanyi teni balwana mwe mulwana
challenged when 40 members stand up and she was saying now those of you standing we are going to suspend you. I said no, we are following the rules to stand up and challenge your decision because we are more than 40. Can we follow the rules? Because now it's as if they had planned and orchestrated this. Obua now stand up and let's suspend these rules and that kind of thing. When you operate that way, you are clearly showing that you already had a preconceived mindset. Good enough, eventually she realized that the path they were taking was wrong. They have dropped the idea. We have now moved on to other things. But we know that tomorrow they will want to bring it up again. We shall still be here to make a case for coffee. If government is saying in 3 years, as we hear them say, 3 years or 5 years, we can be able to wrap it up, why don't you come to Parliament after the 3 years? Why do you want to legislate in anticipation to say, let's rationalize it, but give it a grace period of 3 years? No. If you're ready even in 1 year, you come back here and convince us. Why do you want to do it in anticipation? We have a problem with that. Government webe gamba nti mu myaka 5 tikakati tujigobe ne tujiweya akabanga ka myaka 3 oba myaka 5 fe tugamba lwaki okikola bwotyo mulinde ebbanga eryo birinayita emyaka 3 nga mulira muli ready mukomewo wano lwaki mwagala tukiyise nga mugamba kakati mujja komawo ne statutory instrument bwe kiyita kiba kigenze eje emyaka 3 oba emyaka 5 fe tulaba kiba kyakutuwuddisa mu biveeko we munaawulira nti muli ready oba myaka 3 oba 5 mukomewo mu parliament ku nsonga ezo zezimu naye mu kifo kyokugamba nti kakati tubiyise naye tubawe ebbanga lya myaka 3 tulaba okuba kuwuddisa bananti ogusula okuwa empoza kakati leero emwanyi bagivuddeko enkya tugenda kukomawo ku nsonga y'emu kulaba nti tulwanirira sekita y'emmwanyi eno kubanga kituze tulaba nga bwe ngambye nti gavumenti egezaako okulaba nti emmwanyi egijja kuba nnansi gavumenti eno munnaye teyagala abantu bagagga kati kyegezaako kukola tetuyinza kukkiriza mbeera eyo
naye ng'obwavu obwo buleeteddwa president ne cabinet n'abakulembeze baabwe okubanga tebabafaako naye kino ekyemmwanyi tugenda kufiirawo waakiri okufiirawo obufiizi okulaba ng'ekitongole ekyo tekigenda eri bwe baba baagala ku rationalizinga kale ba rationalizinga URA
tekisaana genda kati nze kisinzeewo okunsesa nti akakiiko kaffe aka agriculture kawadde alipoota nga nnungi alipoota yako ebadde nnungi okuva weetandise paka naye bwatuusa ate mu conclusion tuyinza kugamba nowe ensonga zonna n'olaga bulungi UCDA bulungi bwayo ssente zeereesi lwaki eyina esaanye okubeerawo n'olaga eyina abakugu era n'olaga n'okulaga nti Ministry of Lands ku by'obulimi terina busobozi yadde okuddukanya ebyemmwanyi bo bennyini abakakiiko ate n'omaliriza ng'ogamba nti ate kakati UCDA bagitwale golaba kikola ekyo ng'omalidde ddala okuva alipoota weetandise paka weeggweredde ng'ogamba nti UCDA esaana esigalewo ng'ogamba UCDA ennungi ng'ogamba UCDA bye tuwekengera ekisooka kya byonna omuntu asaana nagamba biki bye tuwekengera omuntu alina kulabira ku alipoota etuweereddwa akakiiko kaffe ak'ebyobulimi alipoota ebadde ennungi ddala okuviira ddala we batandikidde paka we bamaliriza ng'ensonga zonna ze twabawa nabo ze bagamba ekizibu kiri awo wamu wokka nga bamaliriza ng'omaze okugamba bino byonna ebirungi ate nomala n'ogamba nti ate UCDA egende gwe mwennyini ng'omaze okugamba mu alipoota nti Ministry of Lands ku by'obulimi